Hi, welcome back to channel where we're going to read. And my name's Jolene, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to show you my cute little thing that I have. That's a original pastel from somebody. I found it in an antique store. I loved it. It's framed. So I was thinking maybe to add some more stuff around this border. Some plates or some more of those. But anyhow, yes, I have a white kitchen. I have original wood cabinets and those spider plants. So when you get the little baby spider plants, and then so I've been putting them in water, and then they're growing. They like the sun even if it's cold out. They like the sun, and then the little roots are coming, and then right, so little by little I have one of those gummy plants, those little gummy plants. And yeah, so how do you do your kitchen? I have like a painting here, and I have like all these little um, things that my kids have painted and made for me. I think that those are the most precious, actually. And then, of course, you have this like a cool little painting in here. This originally this area right in here used to have another one of these cabinets, and I thought it needed a break. So we took that off when I moved in here. Shelves there. It's not like very shelfy, but yeah, I'll show you the rest of it actually. We're going to read the prayer for the day. I have it already marked. Antique cabinet there. And that's the big mama spider plant up there in the corner with my basket. And there's a mirror and an original art piece that I found someone painted online. I was like, oh, I like their art. And then I found these doors on Facebook Marketplace. Sorry about that. The these doors that go into my bedroom, which was originally it's like a den, but I found these doors nearby and had someone install them because this was just an opening. But for $50, they're antique and they have the original crystal doorknobs. Normally you get those for a couple $1,000, but I was like, this is such a lucky. They're like the same right size. How fun, right? Pretty fun. And I just changed the handles on these cabinets and the I don't know what you call those things right there. The hinges, right? And the issue is I have all these magnets that shut the door because they're lightweight, except my handyman did not put a magnet here, and this cabinet door drives me crazy. It never stays shut. So I'm like, oh. So yeah, I gotta put I still have some more of those. Work in progress. It's all right. All right, so how you guys doing? We're gonna get the trusty prayer book. That's mine's eaten by my cat, and we're gonna turn to page 95 to read the prayer. If you're gonna follow along, if not, that's okay. I have it. And the date of the prayer is the 23rd of December. So let's see what we have. So the touch of the master's hand, it was battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely worth his while to waste his time old on the old violin, but held it up with a smile. Let me read that again because I'm kind of stuttering with that. So let's try it again. So the touch of the master's hand is what it's called. So it was battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it was scarcely worth his while to waste his time on the old violin. That's better. But he held it up with a smile. What am I bid, good people? He cried. What am Who starts the bidding for me? $1, do I hear? Two? $2? Who makes it three? $3 once, $3 twice, going for three. But no. From the room, far back, a gray bearded man came forward and picked up the bow. Then, wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening up the strings, he played a melody pure and sweet as the angel sings. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, said, "What now am I bid for this old violin?" As he held it aloft with its bow, 1,000, 1,000 do I hear two? 2,000. Who makes it three? 3,000 once, 3,000. The audience cheered, but some of them cried, "We just don't understand what changed its worth." Swift came the reply, the touch of a master's hand, and many a man with life out of tune, all battered with bourbon and gin, is auctioned cheap to the thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He is going once, he is going twice, he is going and almost gone. But the master comes, and the foolish crowd never quite understand the worth of a soul, the change that it's wrought by the touch of a master's hand. We just have to play, live, ask the master, the God of your understanding, to work with you, to work through you. There was when I was, when when you go to uh, middle school, and it's so exciting. It was for me. So my memory is with the violin is that we heard all different instruments. We as grade school children, we heard concerts. Uh, there was band concerts with like trumpets and flutes and drums, things like that, right? And then we heard orchestra concerts with violins um, and oboes, bass, fiddles, uh, cellos. And I remember that I liked the band with the horns, right? But I loved the orchestra with the string or instruments. And I said, I want, that's what I want to do. I want to be a violinist. So I was so excited the next year because when in that stage, I believe it was, or the next time, when I went into middle school, I was like, I want to play the violin. So there was, so I chose that class to be in the in orchestra. And so I got my violin, and there's like rosin for your bow, and we rented the instruments because in order to see if that's what you're gonna do and commit to. So you didn't have to bear the expense of having a violin at the time. And so I tried it out and I loved it, and I got awarded uh, second chair. I remember because I was like really gusto into it. I was practicing all the time. I took lessons. I didn't quite love the lessons. It was the atmosphere scary, I think, for me because it was different and I didn't like the smell of the room. And anyway, not quite sure what that was about. Maybe I felt off because it wasn't during school period time. It was like Saturday or Sunday, and it was something that was difficult for my mom. My mom was a single mom. She had us all the time to take me to the lessons, and I remember hearing that was a burden for her financially. And anyway, so that could have fed into the whole thing of it. Why in afterward I had stopped playing the violin, but I also thought it was because I wasn't first chair, and because I played the happy birthday song for my grandfather at the time, who was a musician. He played bass, but not anything that he would teach me how to do it. He was, in my opinion, was an alcoholic. He was a bartender, and he didn't show up a lot for things that he said he was going to come to pick me up a couple times, and he never showed up. And I always was like, how could someone say they're going to do something and not do it? Like, so alcoholism is a part of my family story. And, but anyway, I played Happy Birthday for him for his birthday, I remember, and everyone was laughing. And I took it very personally, and didn't want to play anymore because I wanted it to sound and not be laughed at. I wanted it to be like, oh my gosh, I wanted them to feel what I felt when I heard the orchestra, but I didn't have the wherewithal to continue and practice. And I just quit. Can you relate to like quitting something that when you were younger and because you didn't think you did it the way you were supposed to do it, and you just assumed that without practicing and work you're going to just do it perfectly? And I look at that now, and that's why got sober. I wanted to continue playing guitar and piano that I was teaching myself, and but I've always had this thing where I'd like to get a violin and take lessons and play. Um, but do I really want to do that? I like the idea of it. I don't know if I would necessarily want to play it, but um, I do love, I do love it. It has a lot of value. Um, it has a lot of value when someone plays it, doesn't it? When someone takes the time, right? So, with this holiday, I just want to wish you all the very best. And let me read a poem, actually, from the Bell Hooks. It's not really a poem. Within her book, she has a quote. So I'll just read the quote. How's that? It's from Saint Teresa, and it's on her chapter 5 of spirituality and divine love. And here goes. Very short. So, as a woman and a lover, however, I am moved by the sight of my beloved. Where he is, I want to be. What he suffers, I want to share. Who he is, I want to be. Crucified for love, St. Teresa of Avila. So I can refer that to the violin or to myself. I am moved by the sight of God. Where God is, I want to be. I want to share. Good. Yeah, music feels like that, doesn't it? Beautiful, beautiful music. All right. Love you. See you tomorrow. I'll try.